time champ as he describes your game?
First, thank you for welcoming me to LA. It's a beautiful place, nice warm weather, and I'm excited to be there. Just speaking on Coach Fish and just his background, he's nothing short from a legend, and I'm just appreciative that he acknowledges, my talent, and he sees me as a player who can really have a great impact.
Thank you, Rashawn. We'll go over to Rachel Galligan with Winsider.
Hi, Arella. Congratulations. I know it's probably been quite a whirlwind for you these last few weeks. Can you kind of take us through that a little bit? I mean, your run with Rutgers was cut a little bit short, but what have the last 3 weeks or so been like for you from the draft process?
I would say these last 3 weeks have just been eye-opening for me. It's been a great process, and it showed me that you really have to work to get where you want to be. So the journey is nothing that I'm not used to. Working hard is something I've always done all my life. So this is just another stepping stone in the process.
Thanks, Rachel. We'll go to Brady Klopfer with SB Nation.
Hey, Arella, welcome to Los Angeles. I think I speak for most people on this call when I say that we were pretty surprised to see you available at number 22 in the draft. I think, in most mock drafts, you were seen as kind of a consensus top 5 player in this draft. I'm wondering if with that fall yesterday, is it just business as usual for you going into training camp, or is there an extra level of motivation that you feel you're carrying with you now to prove to the rest of the teams in the league that they really missed something by passing over you?
I think if I didn't need any more motivation going into this new journey, that was it. I think they poked the bear, and I'm excited. I've never ran away from a challenge. I think it just adds more to the story. So whoever has the pen, just keep writing.
Thanks, Brady. We'll go to Kahari Jones Jr. with the LA Sentinel.
Hey, what's going on, Arella? I like that quote. Whoever just have the pen, just keep writing. Can you just elaborate on just your thoughts on this draft class? It was reports out saying that this wasn't a tough draft class, but I think you guys are just proving and showing that this is a strong draft class. Can you just elaborate and just be a part of this new era of women's basketball?
I'm so grateful to be part of this new era because you can see just how the transformation of women's basketball is just evolving, and people are tuning in and just acknowledging that women's basketball players are just as important as men, if not, and they're just as good in some cases. So I'm just excited to be a part of the movement. And I think this draft class is definitely part of a shift. So some people may not see the worth of this draft class yet, but I think overall, later on in the years, they're going to start seeing how important this draft class was.
Go to Pepper Persley with the next.
Hi, Arella. Pepper Persley with the next. Congrats on getting drafted. I'm sure playing in the WNBA has been a goal of yours for a long time. And there are so many young girls like me who dream of being drafted into the WNBA. What advice do you have for all those girls who are working on their game with those big dreams?
Hi, Pepper. Thank you. My advice would just be to really don't let anybody put any limitations on you, and continue to just dream big. You have to follow the course, and there's going to be some tough days. There's going to be times where it's disappointing, or people are going to disappoint you, but at the end of the day, do what you love and love what you do.
Thank you so much, Pepper. We'll go over to John W. Davis with Winsider.
when everything was happening last night, was there a mantra or a phrase or something that got you through last night to where you are today, and something that, there's just something that somebody has told you or you've learned over time that you can take and carry through training camp and beyond?
I would say there's two. One is I never needed politics. Um, that's been with me since I was in high school, and I was, in my opinion, killing almost everybody who was ranked above me, and I stuck with that. I didn't need the politics. I never needed the recognition. So, in my opinion, why would that change now? It's got me where I've been so far, and most people from my town, they're ecstatic. My family's still proud of me, and my town's proud of me, and that's all I could really ask for. The second quote I would have to say is just, "There's no traffic in the extra mile," and a lot of people will stop after the first, and I'm someone who's going to keep running regardless. So that got me through last night, and I think it's gonna apply to every factor in my life. And I know that it's just part of the journey.
Thank you so much, John. We'll go over to Megan Hines.
Hi, Arella. I just want to know, what are some things you really want to expand your game on? I know you are a versatile player, but what else do you want to work on heading into training camp in the season?
I would say just continue to impact the game and other aspects. Just being a real force on defense and the offensive end, learning to score more without the ball in my hands, moving off cuts. And I love setting screens and getting people involved. I think a lot of people seen that this year, that I really do have the ability and great court vision. So I just want to keep emphasizing that, because more so, a lot of people see me as a scorer, but I really love being a playmaker also.
Michelle Vopel with ESPN.
Yeah, Arella, I was wondering if you could sort of say whether, some of the success that former Rutgers players have had is inspiring to you, obviously including Benijah being the, most improved player last year. Having all of you gone through, Coach Stringer's system, do you look at some of the success they've had and see that translating into things that you can do at the WNBA level?
Absolutely. I think those lineage of Rutgers players, they've been inspiring me since I stepped on Rutgers campus. And I know those women, they've had their own special paths. Benaj has her special path. Erica, obviously going undrafted to being a WNBA All-Star MVP. And now Benaj is most improved. That just goes to show that, we're tough. And that inspires me to not break that status quo of Rutgers players for being CVIV tough.
Thanks, Michelle. We'll go to Matt Ellentuck with the New York Times.
Hi, Arella. We talked last week, right before the draft, about you being a lottery talent. What do you think GMs missed on last night passing over you?
That's just something that you might have to ask those GMs. But, I know my worth. I think the Sparks, they definitely, they know my worth, and I'm excited. And like I said, it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. So I'm excited to get started.
Thank you.
Thanks. Pepper, did you have one more question? See your hand still up.
Hi, yeah, I was just wondering, can you describe your offense in like 3 words?
Yeah, I would have to say I I'm a killer first, playmaker, and I would say just creative. I find different ways to score, and I kind of move at my own beat. So.
Well, on that note, I think that's a great note to end on. Thank you so much, media, for joining today. We'll send out a recording to this link. Thanks to everyone tuning in live on Twitter. Again, thanks, Arella, for your time this afternoon. And we will all talk very soon. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thank you.